Sup, it's Dkirks.
And it's Doty. And we have a special one here for you guys. The most positive person pretty much on this planet, the ultimate warrior, Eric LeGrand, a Jersey boy who stayed true to his roots and attended Rutgers University in 2008 to 2012, where his jersey number was 52, is the only number retired. He was a multi-purpose football stud where he thrived on special teams and became their key defensive tackle. Back then, it was the Big East Conference where he would whoop my beloved UConn Huskies. On his seventh game of his junior season, he became paralyzed while making a tackle in a game against Army in October 2010. Since then, he's regained movement in his shoulders and sensation throughout his body. His ultimate positive mindset and determination will have him walk again. As of 2020, Eric has been making constant recovery in the Kessler Institute of Rehabilitation. He is known to be an advocate for spinal cord research, an author, motivational speaker, charity leader, WWE Hall of Famer, ESPY award winner, and now a coffee shop owner. On this episode, we'll ask Eric questions that may not have been asked before.
Yeah, I loved his story in high school about what got him in the most trouble. He let one fly in the middle of a test. He goes into that story. I thought that was awesome. A couple of things that really touched me. He said right after his accident, "Mom, I'm going to be okay," when he saw his mom as he's being carted off the field. And then he said, "I'll be back." But one thing I still find really amazing is that he has no ability to use his hands, but he communicates so well via social media and email, and comes to find out it's just an iPhone and a stylus that he puts in his mouth and types.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, him saying he made a few comments about Siri being his girl that just had me rolling over here. So definitely got his comedy side out during this podcast, and hope you guys all enjoy.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
Let's go. What's up, Eric? Welcome to the pod. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule between speaking engagements, intense rehab, charity events, and now your own coffee shop, which is awesome. So, by the way, congratulations for securing a location. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the nice words and the welcoming.
Yeah, so with the coffee shop, you secured a location. It kind of came about in the past few months. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, the idea started back in July of 2020 with just, opening up my own cafe in my hometown. I knew that there was an opportunity downtown where we can really, I think, do some numbers and strive and bring a community together. So that, coming up with my whole brand, the concept, and then you start getting into the nitty gritty, working out, an LOI, letter of intent on a building and all the stuff that goes into that. And I'm proud to say that we were able to sign that LOI this week and bring LeGrand Coffee House to my hometown of Woodbridge, New Jersey. It's going to be special.
East Coast, I love it. Yeah, get some good coffee on the East Coast. No offense to Dunkin' Donuts in there, but
yeah,
we're big coffee drinkers over here, so that's awesome.
I'm about to say you guys are on the West Coast, so that Northwest. So that's the coffee capital of the world, I believe.
A lot of coffee out here.
Tons.
That's for sure.
Starbucks on every single corner. I mean, I bet I have 3 within a mile.
Oh, don't worry. Give me a few years. I'm going to be knocking in on it. Hey, move over there a little bit, bro. I'm coming.
Bring it out west. We would love that. That's so awesome that you're able to do that. And then just for our listeners, I know your story is out there and it's so inspirational, but just for our listeners, tell us about what happened back October 2010.
Yeah, October 16, 2010. I was playing for Rutgers football, running down the field at MetLife Stadium, First Army Black Knights. We had just tied the game up 17-17 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. My mind says, go down there, make a big play for the team, and get the ball, get a quick 3 and out, get the ball back to our offense. That game, I was facing a double team, which 2 guys came to block me, and I was able to get right through them. So I had a good 30-yard head start. I was on his tackle. I said, do I want to use my shoulder or do I want to use my head? And I said, you know what? This is going to be a big collision. Let me use my shoulder. I remember going down there. I said, you know what? will put my shoulders down, put my head on the side of him, and won't be in the tackle at all. My teammate got down there about a half a second before I did. He tripped the guy up, and when the guy got tripped up, his body twirled in the air. So when I put my head down thinking it wasn't going to be in the tackle at all, the trajectory changed. And next thing you know, I'm laying on the ground motionless and I couldn't breathe in. Definitely the scariest moment of my life.
Yeah. Eric, while, some people are going to listen to this, some are going to actually watch on YouTube. But now that I'm sitting here, we're chatting, having this conversation, you're moving really well. Were you able to move that well, like right after the accident? I know you've gone through serious rehab. You've been able to move your shoulder. Explain that process of how you're able to, start functioning again.
Yeah, I like being able to move around, just keep the body, moving the blood flowing. When I'm talking, emphasizing things. But in the beginning, I was pretty much stuck to the bed like this, barely able to turn my head to the left and to the right. So now I got full range of motion back in my neck. You see me rolling, I shimmy shake here and there. So
That's good.
things have come back for me. You can see I was on a ventilator for 5 weeks. So they told me I'll be on that for the rest of my life. So things, came back for me slowly but surely, and I'm working my butt off each and every day. But I would say I can control what I can control, and everything else I leave in God's hands. And that's how I've continued to fight back through this process.
Obviously, what I came to know you through the ESPYs, noticeably different right now, to be honest, are those dreads. I feel like those were kind of a signature look. What happened to the dreads?
They were the signature look for a while. Everyone loved my dreads. They were kind of getting out of control because I had them for 11 years before I cut them off. But they started off this kind of, we're still in the baby dread stage when I was on the ESPYs, but those things grow. And after a while, being in the chair, they get stuck behind my head all the time. And I'm sitting, I go to move, and next thing my hair is pulling. And then at night, since I sleep on my back, I got to throw my hair all the way up into a bun. It's smacking the headrest and stuff, folding over, hit me in the eye. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time. It's time. These things have grown all the way down my back. And I said, it's time for a new look anyway. And I went back to the, that clean
cut
look. Yeah.
Clean cut.
I'm going to let Doty kind of run the conversation, but it just dawned on me again. And I texted her about this last night as I saw somewhere that, the NFL in particular, everybody's moving their kickoffs back 10 yards for safety. And I saw somewhere that you're an advocate for going back because it's taking away or back to how it was during your injury because it's taking away thrill of the game. Can you just talk through that a little bit? Like, what's your reasoning behind that and why you think that?
I figure like I'm an old school type of player. I do like the big hits, but I love with the safety that they're putting in, what they're teaching. Sorry, I told you my allergies killing me. But I like what they're teaching at a young age now. They're making these coaches that are coming up, make them become certified. Not when I was growing up and you had any coach out there run full speed into each other, make a tackle. Anybody's dad that's just
everybody's dad.
In there. Exactly. Now you're actually becoming certified. You actually have to teach the proper techniques. When you do that at a young age, it brings you to a middle school, high school, college, into the NFL. I feel like there will be less injuries and there's opportunities for people on teams to make teams through special teams, making those big plays. And when you take kickoff out of the game, it takes away a lot of opportunities for guys and those big splash plays that happen in the game.
Yeah, totally makes sense. I miss those days of, constant kickoff returns. Now you see way too many touchbacks.
Yeah, I get what they're trying to do, but like I said, the more that you can teach at a young age the proper techniques, the better off these players will be coming out.
All about the fundamentals. The fundamentals went out the window. I don't know when or how or why, but which is a shame that they're just realizing that now and they're bringing that back to the youth level, which is huge. I mean, it's ultimately going to make the game better, in my opinion. So with the football, I want to bring it back to just from the beginning, like your childhood, your involvement with your family, just fun experiences. What was your childhood like in Dirty Jersey?
In Dirty Jersey, I would say my childhood, I grew up around a lot of kids. And I feel like I'm the last generation of kids that used to go outside from the park and come back when the sun goes down that type of kid. We had video games and stuff growing up, and I would play them, with time from time at night. But I was an outdoor kid. I was always outside, building bike jumps, whatever sporting time it was of the year. Baseball in the park, basketball in the winter, football in the fall, in the summer, like that type of kid. And I said it always made me tough because I was always one of the youngest, but I was always big. So I was playing with the older kids and getting roughed up around the park, but then every now and then holding my own. But it just made me tough, and I loved that. And my family was always, a tight-knit family. I was around my mom and dad. My mom and dad split up when I was 5, but my dad lived in the town next to me. He was always there for me. I never needed anything. He was there. He's had all my games. But my mom raised me. My mom, grew me into the man that I am today. And she was always on top of me, never let me stray to a side where I would get in trouble. And I had a great support system around me too. And that's why, I give her so much credit for the sacrifices she made, but also building an ecosystem around me that would not let me get in trouble as well.
Moms are definitely something special. We're gonna come back to that because can only imagine what your mom has been feeling through. I mean, the past probably, well, you're 30 years old, so the past 30 years. So definitely want to ask more about her. But in high school, random question: what was the worst trouble you've ever gotten into in high school?
All right, so I would think there was 2 ways I got in trouble. One, I was the class clown, so one time I remember I farted so loud in class that I got written up. And I had to go to in-school suspension. I had suspension for 3 days. Got an award called the Flatulence Award, didn't even know what it meant. Thought it was something good. I was that type of dude when it's all quiet in the class, everyone's taking a test. I'm like, now tap somebody next. I'm like, watch this. Blow up the whole class and everyone loses. That was me. And then this is actually a funny one. I was getting, it was during a recruiting period. And me, when I wandered the halls. When I went to the bathroom, I was in other people's classes, doing this, doing that. So I was supposed to be in chemistry class. I asked to go to the bathroom. When I do my adventures around the school, I end up in the cooking room. They're making brownies that day. So I stayed in the cooking room for about 20, 25 minutes. I come walking back to my class, and my teacher's sitting at the front door like, Eric, you have to go down to guidance right now. Penn State is here to see you. I said, oh, shit. So I sprint down to the guidance room. I get to the guidance room, and my coach comes out of nowhere around the corner, grabs me by my chest, puts me up on the wall, goes, I will jack you up. Where the hell were you? I had my whole health class looking for you down at the field house, the bathroom. I'm sitting there. And all the guidance counselors, they're sitting there like, oh my God, what just happened? I think he started to realize what was going on. He goes, are you all right? I got Penn State here to see you. Dick Anderson's here. Let's go. Let's get it together. Go meet him. I'm like, oh. So I go to meet him. And Dick Anderson, the coach, goes, Eric, great. I'm glad you come in. I know you're not feeling too well today. So I'm glad you're able to make it in and come see me. He didn't even tell me till afterwards that he told that the coach said I was homesick and that I came in just to meet him.
That's awesome.
That's
after that meeting, I got in a lot of trouble after that.
Meanwhile, you have probably brownie crumbs all over your face, full belly.
Doty, I want to hear yours.
What?
Yeah, let's hear yours. Yeah,
I didn't get in trouble in high school. I was an angel.
Come on. Yeah.
Okay, I have one story.
No farts in class for you?
I did not fart in class. I kept that in. I'm a lady, Eric.
Okay,
I don't fart.
I'm joking.
Just kidding. I grew up with 2 brothers. Our cars smelled like locker rooms all the time. High school, I when you win like the league or the states, you go and ring the bell in our bell tower. So you climb up this secret staircase and go up in the ceiling, and then you walk on plywood to the bell and you ring the bell. So my freshman year, I played soccer, basketball, and track. So we won soccer states. So we went up to ring the bell. Well, as a freshman, I'm like, now I know how to get up to the bell tower. So comes senior year, they always kept that door locked where that secret stairwell was. But if you go into the boys' bathroom, you can climb up on the sink and the stalls, push up the ceiling, and climb through the ceiling. So senior year, randomly, and where the plywood was, it was over the library. So the story is, went to the boys' bathroom, went up there, people said they could still hear the feet on top of the library. Was ringing that bell. Our head of school and principal were looking at what was going on. Never got caught to this day.
Awesome.
See,
Good story.
never got caught. That's the best part.
Right? I know, right? It's like it's all good until you get caught. How about you, Dkirks?
I was similar. I didn't get in any trouble, like dead
There's
serious.
just so many you can't choose from.
No, off the top of my head, I would always dribble the ball down the hallways, dribble the basketball down the hallways, and like one teacher and one administrator in particular would always call me by my brother's best friend's name. His name was Chris Rickman. They'd always be like, "Rickman, stop dribbling the ball down the hall," and I'd just keep dribbling. And I remember this one teacher, Miss Brockmiller, would always she'd come flying up, "Rickman, I said to stop dribbling the ball," and like she'd get up there. And she'd be like, "I said stop dribbling." It's like, well, you were yelling at Chris Rickman. I'm Daniel Kirkham.
Oh.
Yeah. But I honestly, I don't think I ever really got in trouble. Like that's it.
I feel like I'm the juvenile. I was able to rattle off stories like that. You two are like, no.
Yeah, but he also grew up on the West Coast. He's not like us East Coasters.
Yeah, I know. We're definitely built a little bit.
I grew up in a town of like 3,000 people too. It's like small town, All right. Anyways, back to Eric.
Back to Eric.
Some cow tipping and all that stuff.
Exactly. See?
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, you've been up to UConn. We did a lot. We try to do a lot of cow tipping up there.
Yeah. How about, hold up. Let's actually talk about that. Why is the football field in the middle of nowhere?
Well, have you been to campus?
I've never been to campus. I've never been to campus, but I've been to the football field, and it's like,
because
that's
because they want to have good parking spots for tailgating. Just kidding.
Okay.
The rumor, I believe, don't quote me on this, is that I think Connecticut was looking to host the Super Bowl, so they built that stadium in hopes to pitch it to make it a bid, and it didn't win, clearly. So you just had like an open stadium, and we don't have a football stadium on UConn campus because it's like 7 miles down a one-way street, and it's very rural. So I think that's why our men's play there. But it's so tough as a student because you have to get on a school bus and drive 30 minutes to go to football games.
Oh, it's that far away?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes from campus.
Thanks.
It was crazy. It was like in the middle of nowhere. And I was just like, there's really nothing around here. Like no campus. Like, how did the students get here?
It's not like that Rutgers. Those Rutgers facilities are amazing.
I'll tell you what, if we enter the Big Ten, they're definitely are stepping their game up even more.
True. That's probably why, right?
More money. Football brings in a lot of money.
Coffee killing me.
So speaking of college, what other schools did you have scholarships to? What was your recruiting process like?
You want to actually know a funny story about my recruiting process?
Yes.
So I'm blowing all the smoke right now. So.
I love this. This is exactly what I wanted.
My junior year when I took the SATs, I remember I had to get over an 810 my first time, year one, just to become eligible. And I got a 790, but I thought on all three parts, if you had to over the 810, on all three parts, you're good to go. So I remember I got my results back. And this is before you can go look on the internet and stuff. So I got them mailed to you. And I remember saying, yes, I got over that 810. I texted Urban Meyer, who was at Florida. I texted Charlie Weiss at Notre Dame. All these coaches going through my phone, saying I passed, I'm eligible. Eric, we got the scholarship being faxed to you tomorrow. Congratulations, that's so awesome. I sent the results over to my coach, and he's like, Eric, you didn't pass, you're not eligible yet. And I said, wait, what? Coach, I just texted all these guys. He goes, I'll handle it, but you have to take these SATs again. And I said, talk about deflating, but still, I had to know. I got the Notre Dame offer. I went out there to visit. I had Maryland, Virginia. I remember I said every school I went to, I was going. Virginia was the first school I went to. Maryland second, Rutgers, and Notre Dame. I had planned to go out to Miami, Florida, and Florida State in all one visit. And then I got put under the pressure, and I'm glad I did. Coach Shano put me under the gun, and I ended up committing to Rutgers.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And were you recruited as a defensive tackle from the beginning?
No. Thought I was going to be a middle linebacker. I thought I was going to be the next Ray Lewis.
Yeah. And
that first day of training camp, boom, 232 pounds, you're going to nose guard. I'm like, what? No, coach. This wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan. Like what? And yeah, I now that I did it, it was the right move. But at the time when I was 17 years old, I was like, why did I come here? This is bull crap. They recruited me to play this position. Now I'm supposed to be playing a position where I'm supposed to be 300 pounds. This is crazy, like all that stuff.
Because
So yeah,
how much did you, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you weigh going into college?
so my goal weight coming in was 232. I showed up at 232, like I was supposed to.
Yeah,
And
that's
now they got me going up versus 6'5", 325-pound men. And I'm like, hey, coach, what you doing to me right now? Now, are you kidding me? Never played a hand with my hand in the ground a day in my life. And it was actually I did that by the time I got injured, I was 275 pounds. So they knew what they were doing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what made you fall in love with football in the first place?
Funny story. It was an old school game, but would play killer man with the ball on the side of my house. We had two kids on my block, Doug and Joey, who were the same age as me. And then there was this kid, Charlie, who was about 5 years older than us. And we would play killer man with the ball on the side of the house. And of course, Charlie would be throwing us against the fence, hitting us against the house, tackling us. But every now and then, I was the only one who could juke him out sometimes and get to the fence and score a touchdown. And that adrenaline rush at 4 or 5 years old was like, it made me want to play football. And my mom signed me up for flag football, and the rest is history after that.
That's amazing. Did you play any other sports?
Baseball and basketball. I thought my future was going to be in baseball. I was a pitcher, center fielder. I enjoyed playing the game. I loved it so much. Almost made it to Williamsport. We were one game away from going to the Little League World Series. Yeah, it was. I was pretty good at baseball. Basketball, I was the Ben Wallace, no easy buckets coming no lane, getting knocked out type of player. I was the one that was diving into the crowd, and that's why the only regret I have in my life is I stopped after my freshman year when I got the scholarship offer to Rutgers. I stopped playing baseball and basketball to focus on football. And I'm not gonna lie, my school is more known for the basketball than it is football. And they ended up going to win 2 state titles, winning our county championship 3 out of the 4 years. And I wish I would have just stuck out and played all 3 sports all 4 years, but I definitely got strong and big enough to handle my own for football.
So you committed to Rutgers your freshman year of high school?
I didn't commit. They wrote an offer to me saying, because back then you couldn't give the official offer.
Oh, but you verbal.
So they wrote down on a piece of paper. On this September 1st on this year, Eric LeGrand will be offered a full scholarship to Rutgers University. He made it out to my coach, because so it was illegal. I mean, if they would have given it to me, it would have been illegal. So they wrote it out to my coach. So it was like, here's your offer, their verbal offer as a freshman. You can't get the official one until your junior year. So got offered a verbal scholarship to Rutgers, and then ended up coming in May of my junior year.
Yeah, about right on May. Okay.
Man, that's awesome. Early. But
they wanted you.
I find it interesting, man, because a lot of times, like high school kids, when they're offered or whatnot, they kind of not turn out well. I'm surprised, like, you continue. That means obviously you worked for at least 4 more years to get to where you wanted to be.
Oh yeah, that's why I quit baseball and basketball and focused. Literally, I missed 1 day of weight room in my entire career in football. High school, because I had a math tutor one time. That was the only day I missed. I went the day before junior prom, all that stuff. I was definitely committed to the grind and becoming the best I possibly could. It's funny though how politics play a role into recruiting. I was getting recruited for that All-American game, the U.S. Army All-American game. I remember Tom Lemon was hyping me up because I found out he's a big Notre Dame fan. When Notre Dame was all high on me and I'm working with them and all that stuff, Eric, we're going to get you down in the game at the All-American game. It's going to be awesome. The day I committed to Rutgers, never heard from the guy again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, I learned at an early age the political game is real. Telling me
unbelievable.
This, yeah, I was like, but it is what it is. I made the best decision of my life.
That's amazing. Yeah, and your continued success. I mean, just the mindset too now of determination back in high school and seeing how it's continued years and years later. It's inspiring for sure. But we mentioned your mom a little bit earlier. I want to talk about her again, how much of a saint she is and has been. What was her involvement when you were getting in trouble in high school and your involvement with football, and then kind of talk through kind of how she's been a huge part of your life?
My mom, My mom is awesome, but she also doesn't play no games. So when I got in trouble, she was I always say she nags and nags and nags until I just do it. Like, and she's always on me. She would punish me if I didn't do something right, and punishing me was not letting me go outside. Like when I was in middle school, like sixth grade, and she would ground me. I'll be calling her at work, crying my eyes out. I want to go to the park like that. She's like, nope, nope, nope. Sometimes she'll let me get away with it, but in high school, it's funny. She always told my coach, if you have any trouble with him, tell him that you're going to call me or call me up. And my head coach would embarrass me, especially as a sophomore. Even though I had an offer as a freshman, I was the best player on the team. I would get so embarrassed when I would be acting up or do something dumb, and my head coach would be like, "Hey, Eric, I'm going to call Mama LeGrand, and you're going to be in trouble in front of the whole team." I'm just like, really, bro? Like in front of everybody? Come on now. So that's the time my mom didn't play the games, and she knew, she got called by, from the school or something, I was going to be in trouble. So, that's how my mom is. She's always been just been on top of me to make sure I stayed on that straight path and didn't get caught up behind anything.
I think that's great. I think that's important for that too. And then kind of talk about because she was on the sidelines during your game in 2010. So what was that interaction and that journey like?
Yeah, that was rough. That was, it's funny because that game, somehow that game, I was able to get like 20 something tickets from, because you get your regular allotment of like 4 tickets per game. But all the Florida guys and the PA guys, their their parents were coming. So I was able to get like 25 tickets to my last game I ever played in. And I had the stands packed with people to see my last game now. And I remember after I got injured, they brought my mom and my sister onto the field. And when they were carting me off, I saw my mom and she was just hysterical. And I remember just saying to her, "Ah, I'm gonna be okay." And I thought I was gonna be fine. I thought I had a full body stinger, but I'll be all right. I knocked the wind out of myself, I'll be okay. And I remember her just hysterical. My sister was just sitting there with a concerned look. And after that, and my mom was the strongest woman I know, because people ask me all the time, like, how was it those first few days, Eric, like being injured? Like, I don't remember much of it. I was so highly medicated, the surgery. But my mom, my family, my closest friends, they went through it. And the doctor coming in the room with my mom and being very blunt with her, saying, your son has fractured his C3, C4 vertebrae. He'll be paralyzed from the neck down for the rest of his life. He'll never walk again. He'll never eat solid food. He'll never breathe on his own. And we're hoping he's strong enough to make it through the surgery. She was completely devastated. But I kind of remember this and I kind of don't. But I got to see my mom before I went into surgery, and I swear the adrenaline must have still been flowing from the game. But I said the 3 words I said to her before I went into that surgery was, "I'll be back." And when she heard me say that, it changed everything. She said, if he's fighting right now, whoever sees him from here on out, you don't let him see you upset. Don't let him see you angry. Don't let him see you crying. And everyone who came in my room after that had the most positive attitude. And I truly believe that jump-started everything.
Just from those 3 words. That's incredible. And then now your determination to walk again, and day in and day out of all your hard work and your support. Tell us like the day in the life, like what's a typical day like for you?
Pre-COVID or COVID?
Good one. Let's go pre-COVID first.
Pre-COVID was a lot more busy, like going out. So I would get up, with my nurses. It's about 2.5 hour process now in the morning. My nurse at my aide comes in, gets me up into the harness, brings me into the shower, get showered up, go to the bathroom, all that stuff, brush my teeth, wash my face, get me back into the bed, get me dressed and back up and into the wheelchair. It's not a fun process, I'll tell you that. It'll humble anybody. And from there, after that, I usually get on my phone, do a few emails, eat lunch, and then it was out the door. What you got, Dkirk?
Hold on. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to interrupt, but your phone's right there. People can't see, but you're communicating. How are you communicating so good through that? Is that a stylus pen?
It's a stylus pen wrapped up, and boom, gives me full access to the world. That's how I email you, Dottie. That's how I do all my social media, everything, because literally right here.
Man, you're really efficient.
Talk about technology. That's why I answer back so fast, because when I see it come right through. So let me do this now before I forget.
Wow. So, I was thinking it was like a voice to text or some sort of like.
When I'm lazy, I talk to Siri. That's my girl right there. I'll be talking to her.
Cool. Oh, Okay, so
Here's
it's
the
just
deal.
iPhone technology. It's not anything overly fancy. It's just an iPhone right there in your face.
It's literally right here in my face, and that's how I
All right.
communicate to the world. But
Sorry.
back to what I was, no worries, now that's a great question. But now I get, like I said, get on my phone, do my emails and stuff, and it was always out to the door, either to therapy, to an event, speaking engagement, whatever. Come back, around 4 or 5 o'clock, catch up on the world, what happened throughout the day, answer more emails. Then if sometimes I would go out to another event at night, have to get changed. Friends, meeting up with friends, going out to dinner, then coming back home late at night, catching up on my phone, putting on a TV show, and then going to bed. It was pretty hectic. COVID, I don't go nowhere. Now it's up. I'm on my phone, and I do my therapy at home. And now, like I said, COVID has given me time to reflect and step back in my life and be able to look at the things I appreciate more, but also get into my entrepreneurship side and allow me to actually start listening to audiobooks. The first one I listened to was Carly Lloyd's on the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team. Got me fired up. Then I listened to David Goggins. That man's just a different human being.
I actually got
I
to
don't
see.
think he's human.
I got to see him speak. He's amazing.
Sorry, that man right there. You want to talk about pushing your body to the limit? Yeah, he's different level. But then I listened to
and then Carly Lloyd being a Jersey girl as well, showing her some love. She's another level.
Carly Lloyd is another one who's just, she is set in her stone of being great. Ain't nobody gonna get in her way of where she wants to get to, and it's so inspiring to hear and read and call her a friend. And then the book that you're actually gonna like this, Doty, that changed my life and inspired me to open up my coffee shop and my entrepreneurship side. Shoe Dog. Phil Knight's story on how he created Nike. It's so funny that we're doing this because when we were born, you think Nike's Nike. I had no idea the backstory of Nike and the 18 years that it took, the lawsuits that were going on, being backstabbed. And the best story of the whole thing is how Nike swoosh was created.
Right?
Dude made it up on the fly in Chicago at a meeting with investors, and they're like, "What's that swoosh?" He goes, "Oh, it's the sound of a track runner when they run by you on the fly, just on the fly." And now look how much money Nike swoosh has done.
Right?
Insane. That book is.
Yeah, right. We're all rocking. We're all rocking.
I got my Nike flip flops on right now.
Oh, those are great.
That book was fantastic, and that jump started everything into my entrepreneurship mind.
That's amazing. That's huge. I had no idea. But yeah, Shoe Dog, easy read, but like very inspiring. Yeah, all true.
I got it right here for the listeners, for the viewers. We got it right here.
Oh yeah, look at you, Dkirks. I got mine over on my bookshelf over there.
That right there will change your life.
Yeah.
You got a meeting in Mexico with a company called Canada, and he wanted to call it Falcon or Generation or something. I forgot what it was. Something crazy.
Well, just how witty he was. He was like, Blue Ribbon Sports, I think. Or like
just like coming up with stuff on the fly. And in the beginning, when he was supposed to travel around the whole entire world, goes to Hawaii, best friend meets a girl there, leaves him, and traveling around the world by himself. I'm like, this guy's just regular average Joe, just going out here and created this. Like, it's insane.
It's insane. I know. I can't wait to see what more up your sleeve you have. I mean, your coffee shop's awesome. And we'll tap into that in a second. But before then, I want to kind of back up a little bit. Talk about your tattoos. You have some pretty awesome ones up your arm and whatnot. When was your very first tattoo and what was it?
People always say, "Do you regret tattoos?" This and that. And I don't think I regret any of my tattoos now that I'm pretty much covered with a full sleeve on my right arm, chest, entire back, half sleeve on my left arm. I don't regret any of them. My first one was I was 16, and I got my Big E on it with a crown on top, like the King E. King E. That was my first tattoo. And people like, will you regret that? And 20 years from now, 30 years, here I am now. 14 years removed from that.
Still loving it.
Still loving it. That was my first one. But yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. On my left side is more of my holy side. I have Jesus on there. I have a bunch of different sayings on there. Different Bible verses that I have on there. Psalms 23. That was a big one that helped me get through the hospital moments of my life. They have David and Goliath on my arm as well, just overcoming obstacles. And it's just my left arm, I feel, is my holy arm. I have family first on the inside. My right side is where I have a little fun. So I'm a big into the Greek gods. I love me some Greek gods. So I have actually Zeus is on my right chest. I have Atlas holding up the world on my left chest. Since I'm a Virgo, got the Virgin Mary under my arm. And then I got Hermes, the messenger for good messages and travel. I have Hermes down on my forearm. So if people
Man, I might need to take a page out of your book. Those are all
I
awesome.
try to get stuff that is meaningful to me. I got a big lion on my shoulder, lion-hearted. And I actually got a big Spartan Greek warrior on my entire back with a bunch of skulls on the bottom, standing on top of them with jaguars at his feet and stuff.
What's next?
I always said I was going to leave my left forearm for family. One day if I have kids and stuff like that, leave it for family. And then I always joke around about putting burger life on my stomach. I don't think I'll actually do it, but I joke around like, I love me some burgers. I'm about to put burger life on there.
That's good. Yeah.
What's your favorite burger joint?
See, if you don't put me on the spot like that, Shake Shack has taken over for me.
Shake Shack.
I used to be Five Guys. I tried In-N-Out, that was decent, but now
In-N-Out. I'm with you on Shake Shack.
Decent. Shake Shack though, hits different.
I was always a huge Five Guys person, like huge.
Same here. Five Guys burger. Go there, get some greased up fries, burger, and some peanuts.
Get the double patty.
Can we get this guy a sponsorship from Shake Shack? Come on.
Yeah. I know. I'm actually good friends with one of the damn CEO. I'm waiting for my, where's my sponsorship?
Totally.
Yeah. Are there Shake Shacks on the East Coast?
That's what we have in New York. And now they're actually throughout the entire world. But yeah, they're right here. New York is the big headquarters. That's what the first one was.
I had no idea. I always thought it was like a California thing.
No, NYC was the first one.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Is that stand up?
That's amazing. Just going back to your tattoos and just the lion and all the inspirational quotes and the Bible verses. I thought that's awesome. I wanted to share with our listeners some of your quotes that really stuck with me. One was just your mentality from the beginning about you walking again and that you'll be back. I think that's just incredible because if you put it out in existence, I believe as well it'll happen. Another one is everyone is going to face some type of adversity in life. How you handle it ultimately defines you as a person. Like, Come on, man. Talk about knowledge bomb. Like, put that on a wall, put it on your mirror. Like, that's huge. It's not about what you face, but how you respond. I think that's huge. And then another one is you got to look at adversity face on. If you have help, you take the help. If you need that help, reach out to somebody. All about mindset. Focus on what you do have, not on what you don't have.
Yeah, you rattling them off. Yeah, this is awesome.
I'm like, let's keep it going. What do you got, Dkirks?
What's your reaction to when we say that, Eric? Where do you feel that?
That's it actually warms my heart because that means that you actually remember them and they're actually sticking out to you. You write them down. You're like, you know what? That stuck out to me. I want to put that down, and that's exactly why I say them. I repeat them over and over. Be appreciative of the things you do have. Don't focus on the things you don't have. And it's something you really want, you work out your butt off to get it. It's just so many things I just try to rattle off to some people. Just get that understanding. If you can hear it from someone who's living in the face of adversity every single day, then maybe when you wake up in the morning, you'll say, you know what? I don't have it so bad. Today, I'm going to make my day the best day.
Yeah. I mean, along those same lines, that's so money. I love that. Mm-hmm. You're so positive all the time. Whenever I see anything or watch videos that you're in, you're positive. Do you have tough days? And what do those tough days look like? And how do you overcome the tough days? Who do you talk to? What do you go to overcome those tough days?
Actually, hard to start with different type of tough days now. I don't really get down on my situation because, Doty will understand. So when you're in college, you're in your bubble. I didn't know anything outside of New Brunswick and Piscataway, New Jersey when I was in college. Like, practice, weight room, study hall sessions. When I got injured, I'm like, oh, there's another world that's actually going on outside of what I was doing. And I got to see certain situations that, people are in similar situations like myself. And I was like, wow, this person has nobody here for them. This person just died next door. That person just got a divorce with her husband and they left her. I'm like, some of this is real life stuff that people are going through. Meanwhile, I have hundreds of people coming to see me, lines and door, like people wishing me well, giving me this, doing that. And it made me say, you know what? I have nothing to complain about. I have so much. And I'm steady, especially when I was pre-COVID, when I was going to therapy. You know, there's always a new patient that comes in. There's always somebody asking you to touch, talk to somebody that's going through a rough time. And when you do that all the time, it's just like, you know what? I ain't got it bad. And that's why I don't really have down moments. The new moments that you had to work through is running a business and the hiccups of a business, that you're going through and trying to make sure that got to get this out on time. This person's complaining about this. Now I'm waking up in the middle of the night worrying about orders and making sure that they're getting out on time. So this is a new one that I'm trying to learn how to adjust to. But other than that, I really don't have any bad days.
Dkirks can relate to that, can't you?
Yeah, Eric, I own my own business, and yeah, there's a lot of like difficulties. Sometimes you're worried about cash flow. Sometimes you're worried about orders not coming in at the right time. Sometimes you're worried about a customer, being unhappy about something. Yeah, there's a lot of different worries.
I'll tell you what, my first will be 2 months in. January 12th is when we opened the business. So 2 months into the business, and I've dealt with delays from weather, from whether if it's coffee or whether if it's mugs coming in, orders going out, broken mugs getting in, people not receiving their orders, they get lost in them. I'm like, dang, this is what it's like, I guess, running the business. And obviously me, I physically can't do it, so I have to rely on a whole lot of people throughout this process. So it's like, okay, you push your team to a certain limit, and I got great people around me, but you also don't want to push them too much when they're like, Eric, you got to chill out, my man. So learning all these steps now in the past 2 months is just like, but it's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. And when's the shop open up?
Shop will probably looking around between August and October, depending on when they can get this turned over to me, and then I can go in there and do my thing and build my, my whole vibe in the community down. I'm trying to do so. Between August and October, it will be anywhere between there, and I'm looking just to really blow it up. And of course, now it's funny because, like I said, when I talked about this, I didn't have my first cup of coffee until August 2020. So now people are like, Eric, you're gonna have, yeah, listen, it's crazy. I know. First cup of coffee was August 2020, and now I love it. But I can't wait because I said I'm gonna put a challenge on my baristas that I hire. Like, hey, listen, I never tried a pumpkin spice latte. What you got for me? I need to be impressed. I never tried this peppermint mocha. I need to try it. I'm impressed. So I'm excited to challenge my staff so I can be like, hey, I like this is good, or like, nah, you got to do better.
Not signing up on that. That's incredible. Well, we wish you the best of luck with that opening, and we'll definitely be following and promoting as much as we can. But that's awesome. So happy for you.
I do appreciate that. Thank
last
you.
Question before we get into the serious stuff, the more serious stuff. You've done so much for spinal cord research. What's your ultimate goal?
And the goal is for Christopher Reeve, a world with empty wheelchairs. I want to be able to do as much as I can, whether that's raising awareness and funds for spinal cord injury research. Team LeGrand of the Christopher and Nana Reeve Foundation was formed in the fall of 2013. And there's 5.6 million people in the world that are dealing with some sort of paralysis. I want to be their hope, knowing that somebody's fighting for them every single day. And I shouldn't give up because someone's trying to work on funding this so we can find a cure. The research that's being done now, technology and advancements, it's amazing. I truly believe in our lifetime, God willing, I'm here for many years. I'll be able to go back to that stadium at MetLife and lay back down on that 25-yard line and run, walk, crawl, whatever I can do, but be able to get off that field on my own or with a little bit of assistance.
That's amazing. Well, you're proof that, if you have the right mentality and you work hard enough, like they told you when you were in your bed that you weren't going to breathe on your own. And now look at you, you're shimmying all around. So yeah, that's awesome, man. So that's so awesome.
Anything is possible. I truly believe that, and everything happens.
Possible.
So
anything's possible for those who believe.
Hey, I don't know if you guys are big Kevin Garnett fans, but that's my favorite basketball player of all time besides Michael Jordan. When they won that championship and anything possible. That's my dude.
Love that.
Amazing. That's
where
awesome.
Where can we direct our listeners and our followers to engage with you? You want us to send them to your Instagram page? Where can they connect with you?
Sure, you could connect me on my Instagram page. I have everything there. At Eric LeGrand 52, I have my coffee shop link, Team LeGrand link, speaking link for my personal website. All the good stuff. You can just go to ericlegrand52.com. You can find everything there. So yeah, just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the good stuff. And yeah, I'm hoping to make a difference in your life.
Let's go. It's amazing. All right,
Cool.
Dkirks, bring it home.
Cool, man. So I got one question before we get into some competitive banter. I kind of gave you a little, soft lob on this one, and I'm really curious to see your response back. Why is golf the greatest game ever? And you have a little bit of, restrictions on why you could golf, but I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think about that.
So as I'm living vicariously through my friends now when it comes to golf. I don't know what it is, but that's like the turning point from like, all right, I can't play football, basketball, baseball, whatever anymore when you're 25 years old to now, let me focus on golfing. And my group message of friends, there's 14 of them. These guys talk about tee times and golfing all the time, especially when the weather gets nice. It's like, hey, let's meet up today. Let's get off of work today. Let's go golfing. And then hearing the frustrations of golfing. So I got the Chris Van Reed Foundation a few years back, had a golf outing, and I got my friends in there. So I got to go through the whole 18 holes. What a hot mess that was. My God. These guys were awful. All the balls going everywhere. So I learned the frustrations of golf, and I learned the competitive of golf. And let me say, I do respect the hell out of golf for people who can take that little ball and place it on the green by the hole like it's nothing. Because the golf that I have seen in person, besides when I've been to, on the PGA Tour somewhere, has been absolutely horrendous. And I said, and the only time I've ever swung a club, I was at a mini golf course. They let me go into the driver's range one time. I was about 17 years old. I took the club, first swing, woof, swung it like a baseball bat, missed. Second swing,
You're
it
an
didn't get out the green box. It ricocheted off to the side and bounced off of the green box. And I said, yeah, this ain't for me, I guess. So I respect golf.
Good. That's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
Let's transition to some competitive banter. We're going to go the draft today. You're going to be first, Doty second. I'll go third and fourth, and we'll come snake draft back to you. If you're going to build a NFL franchise today with players that are current or past, who would you start? So your number one pick. Let's hear it.
Can I go with the GOAT just right away, Tom Brady? Even though I'm a Denver Broncos fan and I've had too many damn battles with Tom Brady over in the history with the New England Patriots. But I can't deny it anymore. Even when Peyton Manning was there, like Peyton Manning's the GOAT. No. It's Tom Brady. And I'm 43 years old, still winning Super Bowls, MVPs. I'm taking him number one. I don't care. 6th round pick, what it now?
I'm not going to banter.
Yeah, I'm not. That was literally my number one too.
That was my number one too.
Okay.
So I don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down. I mean, to be the best is when you win championships. Franchises want championships. Tom Brady wins championships.
He does.
Oh,
I was gonna say, can I tell you my number two? You guys going?
no. So then
we're gonna snake back to you.
So then I'll have one, and then Dkirks will have 3 and 4. Then I'll have 5. Then you have 6.
Okay, we're doing fantasy. Like I like it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I'm gonna go with Ray Lewis.
Ooh.
That's why I wore number 52.
No way.
It's hanging behind my head. I was a die Broncos fan, so Terrell Davis was my favorite player growing up. I wore number 30 all the way till I got to college. And like I told you, thought I was going there as a middle linebacker. Pick number 52, so I'd be like Ray Lewis, and then right down to the D line.
Wow, that's really, that's played a major figure in your life. Obviously, you're wearing a 52 shirt, Eric LeGrand 52.com.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool.
Lewis,
It's all because of Ray Lewis. I got his signed jersey hanging up in the other room right now. That's my guy. I only hang up certain jerseys. I got LeGrand, I got my Ray Lewis, and I got my man Steph Curry over here.
Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Dkirks, who you got?
I'm going to go with my favorite athlete of all time. I have probably a total of like 70 cards between baseball and football of this guy, Bo Jackson. I mean, just maybe the best gifted athlete of all time. If he didn't get hurt, it's a little bit different story. I want Bo on my team. I want him just, running people over and being afraid on defense to tackle him.
I like that.
There's a
Okay.
building at Nike called the Bo Jackson, and it's our one of our sports complex. So there's like a shrine of him on the second floor. Man, what a freak athlete, man. I mean,
He was
7-foot high jumper in high school, untrained.
his body just wasn't even ready for his
Yeah.
genetics. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
he does like, I think he does like bow fishing now or something like.
Oh, he
saw
does all sorts of stuff of fishing. He could shoot him with his feet. Yeah, if you see that like 30 for 30, he's insane. It's just
Yeah, that's unreal.
Gotta
all
keep
right.
going.
The fourth pick in this draft, going with Lawrence Taylor, LT.
All right.
What, you don't like
Oh,
LT?
yeah. No, that was my next pick, but it's all good.
Okay,
Wait,
good. Yeah,
really?
see, you got to
all good.
readjust. I just think LT, man, I grew up Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That guy
I'm
was just so dominant, just loved everything about him. So, yeah, good.
Doty,
That's
if you get my next guy, I'm more fighting.
screwed up. Okay, good. That's a good one. All right, Doty, who you got?
Man, I thought I knew football. I didn't even have Lawrence Taylor in mind.
Yeah.
That was my number 2 pick.
I'm gonna go my number 2, Barry Sanders.
Oh, okay. Barry
I'm
Sanders.
obsessed with him. I'm pretty sure. And I'm not even a Lions fan. But I just loved watching him play.
That dude was special. He was so little. He was just
Just-
special.
So
Guys,
little.
literally grown men turning around in circles trying to find where this man is. It's unreal.
Well, and what I loved about him too is his loyalty to the Lions. I mean, he was on the team for 10 years and was just dominant. So
and
it's like,
and then walked out, said, I'm retiring. I'm good.
yeah.
I dominated for a decade and I'm out. I'm good.
Yeah, want to start winning. Want to stop getting hurt.
All right, so I'm going with my pick now that you took Lawrence Taylor. I got to back it up with prime time, Deion Sanders.
No.
Yeah,
Dion.
You know why I gotta go with him because he's a nice flex position for me. Dude could play offense, could play defense, whatever.
Special teams, return.
Anything. Deion Sanders is the man, and I need somebody on my team that could talk. Like you took Ray Lewis from me.
Yeah.
I need prime time. Doesn't curse, which is amazing. Just goes out there and that kind of like Phillip Rivers doesn't curse, but he ain't Deion.
He ain't Deion, yeah.
And he can go out there. Deion can talk with the best of them. I need prime time on my team.
That's a great
Love it.
one.
That
Yeah.
is a great one.
I'm gonna circle out. It's the mindset because we're snake draft, right? Got one
Yeah.
more.
Yep.
So you go again.
I got one more, and I'm gonna stay on the defensive side. I went offense first. I'm gonna go twice defense, and this is a current player, and I need him on my team because he's an absolute force. And now that I play defensive line, I got respect. Aaron Donald, need my man, tearing up everything on like a Reggie White type, but he might even be even better than Reggie White. I need Aaron Donald on my
He's
defense.
better than Reggie White?
I said he has potential.
He's like one of the one of the most dominant players.
Reggie White.
Okay, wait.
You would see him. Reggie White would be on the defensive side, and people would be shaking, seeing that he's coming around that corner.
That is very, very true. Very true.
And he was an Eagle.
Donald,
Go Birds.
That's
Aaron
why.
Donald has potential to live up to Reggie White's standard and could pass it with his dominance. But
I like Aaron Donald. I had him on my list.
No disrespect and shade to Reggie White because that dude was you just ain't nothing bad you can say about the man. There's nothing. But
you know what's crazy
Donald,
is I was going for my last pick between Reggie White and Drew Brees. And just because you said that, I'm going to go with Reggie White.
Yeah, I wrote it down for you. Yeah. All right. I love that.
Go Birds.
I got it. I respect that. I didn't even take any.
We need to get some stats together. We'll do some stats and do some comparison side to sides, maybe.
Yeah.
See
No, but
where
but with Aaron Donald, how
Donald.
many more years do you think he has?
I mean, what is he? He's a little younger. So I'm 30. What is he? 28, 29.
I was thinking 28. Yeah.
And these guys nowadays, with the training that they go, I mean, dude might be out there 35 years old, still racking up sacks. Like Shanahan when he was out there somehow all those years.
He
respect.
is 29 years old.
Yeah, see, he's a year younger than me.
All right. I'm going to round this out. This might be the most ridiculous pick of all time. Doty, we talked about this last night. The man has one piece on his face mask, Morton Anderson. And until recently, he had the NFL scoring title. Adam Vinatieri took it. The guy was a machine. One face mask, leading scorer all time. He kicked till he was like 43. I mean, Love
Can't
that.
talk no more.
But a franchise though?
Yeah, exactly. We ain't talking. There's no respect with that pick, bro. I got prime time with. Oh my God, prime time on my team. He would destroy you right now with that pick.
Dude,
But
he
come on, man.
scores. Think
Hey,
about
like,
the
come on,
offense.
man.
Like you want a dude that's just solid, gonna knock those field goals down. Like those are valuable.
The
Sebastian
prime time, we
Janikowski
ain't
was the
worried
number
about
one
field
pick
goals.
overall.
We ain't
Like-
worried about field goals. We putting up 6 every time.
Exactly.
You get your extra point. If not, we go for 2.
You picked 2 defensive players.
Defense wins championships.
Well, you
Championship.
said you're putting up 6 every time.
You saw Patrick
How are you gonna
Mahomes.
put up 6
Hold
every time?
up. You saw what they did to Patrick Mahomes, that Tampa Bay defense. Come on, man.
But
Tom Brady just had to go out there. Throw it over here.
Time out. You said you're going to put up 6 every time. You can't put up 6 every time if you're having to get guys off of like the scrub team to come in and be on offense.
Enjoy Mark Anderson when he comes out there for his one play every 35 plays.
All right. I mean,
You can't build a franchise around a kicker.
dude, they tried to do it in Oakland with Sebastian Janikowski.
Yeah, they also put him out there to kick a 75-yard field goal. How'd that go?
Yeah, well, that coach, that coach is down in Florida now, kind of on his own. Or wait, no, where's he at now? Is he at Florida Atlantic still? No.
Lane Kiffin is now with Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he's at Ole Miss now.
Was it 75 or 76?
Pissed off. He actually stole the number 1 recruit in New Jersey from us, going down to Ole Miss to play baseball and football. But it's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at this. I don't know. I think my pick, I got
You definitely did not win.
Bo Jackson.
dead last.
LT.
You were dead
Bo
last.
Jackson,
Morton Anderson.
Real.
Martin Anderson's like the all-time leading scorer.
You maybe could have talked about putting a cap on if you would have got someone more.
I just
Come
love,
on, man.
man. I love the one-piece helmet. You kidding?
One piece helmet, man.
I
can't believe you. Like it's prime time, coming to the combine, run the 40 and leave.
You know what's funny is until you picked him, I did have him on my list. The other one that I had on my list was Tim Brown because he was obviously a great wide receiver for the Raiders, and they're my team. And he was a punt and kick
you're a
returner.
Raiders fan?
I grew up a Raiders fan. Yeah.
Wait,
that's why you didn't tell me that. See, now we can have. You should have told me that. Some Broncos Raiders.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think anybody that could, help on special teams, nobody anymore is like a stud wide receiver and kicker, punt returner. They don't have those anymore.
Speaking of wide receivers, how did Jerry Rice go undrafted?
Exactly. I know. I actually thought about that because.
Well, I mean, you guys wanted to pick defensive players. Apparently, that was like your whole thing. I was diversified.
Yeah, but offense, they put up numbers. Defense wins championships.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened with Tampa Bay this year. Speaking of, we didn't even get in that. You're a Buccaneer.
You're a Tampa Bay guy.
I need to figure out how to finagle a Super Bowl ring to make it up. I don't know who I need to talk to over there anymore because people obviously aren't there. That was there with me, but
yeah,
same owner. I'm like, hey, I got a few extra dollars. You can send one up here to New Jersey for me. I'll be waiting.
Hey, Tom Brady was on your miniseries.
He was.
Here you go. Hit up Tom Brady.
Was. I know. I should have.
He's got enough.
Hit up all my teammates in New England. Like, hey, how should I finagle hitting up Tom Brady? Like, hey, think you can get me a ring, buddy? All right, yeah, good to go. Okay, thank you.
He'll just toss you one like he did with the championship trophy over that boat.
I need to see more of that Tom. That Tom looked awesome.
What do you say? It was avocado tequila, or was it, or whatever that was?
I don't even like avocado, but I'll try some avocado tequila with Brady.
Oh, my own private boat too. Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah. You guys stay over there. I'll be in the front with everyone with my own private boat.
Yeah.
Eric, man, thanks for coming on the pod.
Yeah, I really appreciate
you guys having me. You guys are awesome. You guys are gonna have a lot of fun with this. You can see I opened up about farting in class and telling you stories on how I got in trouble. So you guys are on your way with this. This is cool.
It's gonna blow up.
Thanks, man.
Pun intended. All right, Eric, have a good one, man. Good.